JPercival. Dad was in the First World War, so that's why I joined, because my friends were in. March the 10th of 43. I'd never been away from home. I would go back in again. No, I enjoyed the military to a certain extent. You know, I had a good life. When I first went in, I had my teeth fixed, because that was in Depression time. And I had all my teeth fixed. First time I'd ever been away from home. So I didn't know too much about being out in the public. And I was with the RCRs, Royal Canadian Regiment. Actually joined in Windsor. And then from Windsor, I went to Chatham. That's where I did my basic training. We used to go into town in Chatham and go to the William Pitt Hotel. Used to go in there and have a couple of drinks. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. And we used to stay at the Salvation Army for 25 cents a night. We didn't get much pay, because we got $1.25 a day. After I had my basic training, I went to Camp Borden, and I was in the Tank Corps as a wireless operator. Couldn't stand to be cooped up, so I didn't stay in the Tank Corps. I ended up in the infantry. Went to England and Aldershot. That was not far from London. And then I trained there for a while. And then I went to Italy. And from there I went up to the front lines. You never got too close to the buddies. They'd be gone the next day. I had a good friend. He stayed in the Tank Corps, and he was a driver. And he survived the war. Not too many of us left, I guess. My sister was she joined in London, and she was a corporal. She was interviewed for a show called Comedy Convoy, and she passed. So she lost her stripes, and she went into the show. When I was in Holland, just after the war there, I was going to Amsterdam. I was going with a nurse at the time. And I was supposed to meet her to go to Holland to meet their parents. And so when I was shaving, I guess at the time, and they came in and said that there was a girl in the office wanted to talk to you. But it was June. Very rarely you see that, two people meeting like that. After the war, we liberated the western part of Labrador. It was about the size of London at that time. It was a hotel, and there was 2 rooms. I stayed in one, and all the booze was in the other. And then I used to have to look after some of the things in the kitchen, like sugar and stuff like that, made sure nothing was taken. During the war there, we made a truce with the Germans that they would come over with bombers and drop food. When I had a hip replacement, and it was in Vision, and this Dutch lady was in there. She had a knee replacement, and she told me. She said, "Yeah." She says, "I remember them dropping food." She says, "We had 2 greenhouses, and one of the food dropped right through her greenhouse." You know, another thing, when I was in Italy, I used to get the Italian ladies to do my shirts. They would take the shirts and go down by the water, and they'd use stones to clean so the shirts didn't last very long. One time I got a loaf of bread with a bottle of whiskey in the center of the bread. I took the bottle, and we just each had a little sup of it. You know, everybody in the group. I get along with everybody anyway. I got my pilot's license in '56.
No.
I got my license for $240. I built the airplane. You see it?
Yes, where is it?
I think I got a picture of the wall. It took me 11 years to build it. Where did I build it? My basement. Everybody said I'd never finish it, but I finished it. And it was my wife that really pushed me for it. So what else would you like to know?
Well, I want to say a few things to you.
Okay.
First of all, you look absolutely handsome in your uniform.
Oh, thanks.
You're very welcome. And I want to thank you for being here with me today And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all you've done for our country and for
Well, thank
everyone.
you.